They bet $54 million on a man's death and still lost. You placed a bet that a man would leave power. He left. You lost. Here's what actually happened. There is a future exchange called Kalshi, regulated by the US government, and last February they listed a market on whether Iran's supreme leader Al Khamenei would leave office before the end of March. Traders poured $54 million into that contract, and everyone knew what leave office was probably going to mean. So bets start flying, prices start moving, and then US and Israeli airstrikes. Khamenei's gone. Yes, bettors are already counting their money. And then Kalshi sends out a notice. Bury it, and I mean bury it. In the formal contract terms, there is a rule that says if Khamenei leaves office specifically because he died, nobody wins. Everyone just gets their money back at the last traded price. See, because Kalshi is regulated by CFTS, they legally cannot list a market on assassination. So technically, this wasn't never a death contract. It was a leave office to normal political mechanism contract that nobody read. $54 million in, and nobody read the fine print. So naturally, the lawsuit started. The class action complaint says Kalshi's plain language rules made traders accept a payout, that the death carve-out wasn't disclosed in a way a reasonable person would catch. And here's my favorite detail. The Kalshi kept accepting trades while news of the airstrikes was already spreading. People were placing yes bets in real time while Kalshi allegedly already knew those bets would resolve at zero. Now look, on one hand, you are a registered commodities derivatives trader. Reading the contract is literally your job. On the other hand, most people using these platforms aren't derivatives traders. They are just people. People who saw a prediction market, put money in, and assumed the platform was being straight with them. And the other prediction market, Polymarket, just paid out a full dollar. No carve out, no drama, just pay. Same bet, widely different rules. And honestly, the lawsuit is almost the smaller story here, because the Polymarket founder, speaking at the conference, made an argument I haven't been able to shake. He said people in the Middle East were checking prediction markets every day to decide whether to sleep near the bomb shelter. Think about that. Someone is using speculative trading data, money placed by people trying to profit from a military strike, to decide if tonight is the night they need to run. And the question underneath all of that one nobody's fully answering, if you can profit by insider trading a war contract on a prediction market, does that create an incentive to make sure the war happens? Because the house isn't just winning on the bet, the house might be setting the odds and calling the strike. They built a market on whether a man would die, regulated, so technically it wasn't dead. Collected the money anyway, and somewhere, someone is already building the next one. Popcorn's ready. If prediction markets can move based on insider knowledge of a military strike, who do you think is actually placing those bets?